My body felt like it was being pressed down, and only my mind was awake. Hello interwebs, and welcome back. I'm Shana, and this is where I share my life and stories and visions and opinions, and whatever else I feel like. And today we are back with another creepy, spooky story from the Webtoon series, The Vault of Horror, a collection of nightmares. The link to the story will be down in the description box below, so make sure to go show the author and the artist some love. And if you too would like me to read your creepy, spooky story or real paranormal experience, the link to my email is also down in the description box below. I would love to read your experiences and share them, but without too much rambling, let's go ahead and get into it. Today we are on episode number 6. This work contains scenes which may be disturbing for some readers, so those with weak hearts are advised not to read on. This story is based on a dream I had before. It is not based on exaggeration or fictional stories. Art by Rae-Hyun Seo. Story by Mansub Im. The Vault of Horrors, a collection of nightmares. The Nightmare. It was around 5 years ago. That night, I was reading comics to help me fall asleep, as I always do. Kong! Dad noisily opened the front door and went into the hallway for a smoke. Yeah, it must have been around 11 o'clock. Suddenly, I started getting really freaked out. I had this weird sense that I was no longer the one controlling my body. And then I passed out. People who've had nightmares a lot will know what I mean. Beep. This kind of feeling? A while passed. My body felt like it was being pressed down, and only my mind was awake. When I finally opened my eyes, I was in a forest. I was sitting against a tree. And then I saw an old man passing by who was wearing a hanbok. A hanbok is traditional Korean clothes. To break free from this weird haze, I tried to call out, "Sir!" but I couldn't make a sound. The old man just got further and further away. Terrified of being left alone in this forest, I just kept shouting, "Don't go, sir," in my mind. I must have said it about 20 times. Trying to get yourself killed? Hurry up and follow me. I wanted more than anything to go with him, but my body just wouldn't do what I wanted. It was at that moment, both of my cheeks suddenly got really cold. Those ice-cold hands started rubbing my face. My body was frozen. I couldn't turn around. That terrible fear and that coldness taking over my body. It was awful. It's embarrassing, but in the dream, I was so afraid that I actually passed out. After 2 hours of being in that dreamlike state, I opened my eyes. But that thing was still there. Ha! So I fainted again and fell asleep. When I woke up, I couldn't open my eyes for fear that the nightmare would repeat itself, so I forced myself to keep sleeping. After sleeping for another 3 or 4 hours, I opened my eyes. And this time, I was laying in a strange room. The old man from before was laying next to me, snoring. I felt sort of relieved, since he seemed like he had wanted to help me before. I got up the nerve to try to say something to him, but I still couldn't make a sound. Looking at the back of his head, I started feeling this strange terror overtake me. I think I laid there in that room listening to him snore for about 5 hours. I knew that this was all a dream. And I just wanted to break free from it and regain control of my body. But again, I felt fear taking over my body before I had time to do anything. And the old man suddenly stopped snoring. Sleep apnea. Shock. Oh, there, yep. Ugh. And then I passed out again. There didn't seem to be any escape from this dream. After spending another 2 or 3 hours lost in this dream, I thought that finally I would wake from this nightmare, but then it was back again. and I passed out yet again. Finally, I awoke in a cold sweat. It was the longest and worst nightmare of my life. I pulled myself together, looked for a site about dream analysis, and sat in front of my computer. But, Kong, I heard that familiar sound. The sound of our front door closing. In other words, the sound of my dad coming back from a smoke. My eyes turned to the clock, and that's when I realized the awful truth. Since then, whenever I feel I'm going to have a nightmare, I turn the radio and lights on before I sleep. My mom hates it when I do that, but I can't help it. I'm confused. What is the awful truth? That clock says that it's like, 10:45? What time does his dad go out for a smoke, did he say? I'm confused. I mean, it sounds like a terrible nightmare, and to be honest, I've definitely had nightmares like this. It must have been around 11 o'clock when his dad went into the hallway for a smoke. So the time then was before 11 o'clock. Wait, is that the exact same time? Hold on. Sorry, guys. Nope, it had only been a few minutes. So it had only been a few minutes in reality. But in his mind, he'd been dreaming for hours and hours. I mean, yeah, that sounds pretty typical. It does sound like a terrible nightmare, though. And I have had a lot of nightmares not unlike that myself. Also, before I give this a rating really quick, guys, something exciting. I wasn't going to say anything in this video, but this actually makes me want to talk about it. I am going to be starting a podcast with one of my favorite people, Pops, aka Holiday G, and we're going to be giving our uneducated analysis of dreams. So if you guys are excited about that, let me know down in the comments. I'm excited about it. We should have our first episode coming out sometime this July. It might be out before this comes out. If it is, I'll have a separate video about that. If it's not, I will be doing a separate video announcing it. So keep an eye out for that. But I'm just really, really excited about it, and I hope you guys are too. And if you're watching this far into the video, then you know about it. So you hopefully can be excited with me. But for this story, I'd give this one a 3 out of 5 ghosts. I really didn't think it was super scary. Definitely a weird nightmare, but not, I don't know. You guys can let me know if you agree. It's just not what I would have expected for the story. Maybe it's just me. But let's see what other people had to say about it. I laughed more than I should. I found it funny that he kept passing out and then bam, the same face again, and then bam, he passes out. I feel bad for laughing though. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Oh my gosh, I had a nightmare like that too. It was awful. In Mexican culture, this is when the dead supposedly crawl on top of you to try and communicate. You're supposed to cuss them out, so I started saying things in my head. Do not cuss them out. The cold hands around your neck just got tighter. I ditched that and started praying for who knows how long. I never opened my eyes because I was too scared to see what was on me. One of the most terrifying experiences I had. I feel like I've had this happen when I've had sleep paralysis before. The whole weight on your chest thing. That's a story I can totally tell on the podcast. I should say that. Unless you guys want to hear it here too. Maybe I'll do both. I don't know. But yeah, it sounds like kind of a little bit like sleep paralysis when you feel that. But then you're going in and out of the dream state too. So I don't know. And then this last one, I'm not even going to try and read. I don't know what language that is and I don't want to butcher it. But guys, you'll have to let me know, like I said, what you think down in the comments below, because that pretty much wraps it up for this one. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you don't know what's, comment down below. Leave the little crescent moon emoji. Not only does it help out my channel a lot, but it lets me know that you were here. It gives us a chance to chat. It lets me know you made it to the end of the video. And of course, I just love to see your faces down there. If you want to know the way to help out my channel, down below there are links to my website, my merch store, and my Patreon. There's zero obligation to check any of those out. But if you want to, you can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you so very much. Remember to stay kinky AF, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Oh, hello there. Yes, this is me, casually drinking from my Ginky AF merch because I don't have any bloopers to share. But if you like my cup or my shirt or some leggings or some socks, there's links in the description below. Be Ginky and enjoy your coffee or tea or water or whatever else you like to drink from mugs.